Yeah. Check out the clarity. Took a couple days after linking in the new tank because the biology changed. Like over here, especially, I was seeing murk over here. It's gone now. Because it takes about 3 days for beneficial bacteria to sort of readjust itself. And that's basically what's happened. Now these tanks were already clear over here. But yesterday that one still looked a little murked out, but now it's just running fine. Had no issues with the overflow. It's absolutely perfect. Water level stays the same. Temperatures have all balanced out. That took a little while. We were a bit colder over here, but that one's just off by a degree. It's actually 78. We brought them all up to 78 because the top fish up here seemed to think the 76 was too cold for them. So it's 78, drops as low as 77, and they're happy again. I might drop it down another one in maybe a week or so. She's calmed down considerably, so we're doing good on that front. I still got to leave the light on though, or she gets upset. So she needs a night light, apparently, or a daylight, sorry, so that she doesn't see her reflection in the glass. And she'll slowly learn to cope with that. And he's been, the other fish has been, when she starts acting like that, he comes over and starts pushing her and nudging her away. So he's tired of it. Here she comes. He might see, he just flared up, noticing that she's gonna get excited, and he'll probably come in here in a sec and start poking at her to get her to stop. So he's still not really eating, but that's normal for a fish that shows up in the new environment. She took a krill today. There's still a piece of krill on the ground over there. I gotta go in there and fish it out. Some uneaten food sucked into the sun. Shows you it's still working just fine. And yeah, this tank's doing wonderfully. Go over here, there's Sly. Just feed me. They've already eaten. They just always want to eat. There's my lemon. It's gonna be a pretty fish. I'm actually just holding the food in my hand and hand feeding it now because it's kind of down, and it likes that. So we'll just be doing that with this one. It's like my handicap Oscar tank. But yeah, oh, the water's just wow. This whole system's working good. You can hear my overflow gurgle. I guess that might be the downfall to it, but it's honestly, the gurgle's quieter than the running water from all the filters, so I don't care. And it's the basement, so I don't care either. But yeah, it's just because the outflow is a little faster than the inflow, and I'm okay with that. That just means it's working right as far as I'm concerned. I gotta be upstairs, and I stand by the basement door. I have to listen real hard, but I can hear that noise if I try, and that tells me the tank hasn't flooded. So I like it. Doesn't bother me. It's actually helpful. As long as I'm hearing that noise, and I know the siphon, the overflow's siphon is functioning. It's been running for days, no issues. It restarts when I shut down the sun and test it. It restarts every time. So I'm quite confident in my little MacGyver job there. It's an overflow like any other, but at the same time, Nobody, it's built completely different, and even the size of hose I'm using, people probably think I'm crazy, but when you think, the filters pull through poop and everything through those hoses, so I'm not really concerned. I've got that mesh up there to stop anything big from getting in my pipe. It works. It's going to be fine. But definitely different. I'm not saying I invented anything here, because I don't think that's the case. I just innovated a little because I was limited on materials, and I'm pleased that it's working as well as it is, because it's really going to help the entire Oscar system to have 3 tanks linked instead of just 2. Now I got the 3 tanks, 2 barrels. I mean, I think I added it up yesterday. It was 335 gallons. It's one big 335 gallon system supporting 6 Oscars. I think that's freaking awesome. I also haven't seen people do it like this. Show me someone who's done this. I'd like to see their setup. Like, drop me links. I'd like to see it. I like cool like setups. The only person I've seen do anything close to this is Joey DIY. And he did something similar with his Discus breeding setup at one point. But it was just linking the tanks together. There wasn't barrels. And it wasn't quite the same as this, but that's where I got this idea. So I'll credit him with the idea. But I mean, linking tanks together, I've seen that happen in pet shops all the way back into my childhood. Like, you go to a pet shop, they would call this a centralized system, and all pet shops do this. So it's not like anybody invented the wheel here. Since the internet existed, this is all old school shit. I'm just applying it my own way, and it puts a big smile on my face, because I just love this shit. Now I just gotta kind of like dream up an automatic water change system for it, but it's a little beyond me right now, and I don't mind doing water changes. I only have to touch this thing like once a week. I could let it go longer now that it's bigger too, but we'll see. We'll see how it behaves. Technically, this whole system, this tank is the oldest tank, the most seasoned tank in the whole system. So adding it's probably actually going to help these two and the barrels a little bit. And then that Sun introduced some 2 or 3 year old biology into this whole setup as well. So even though it's about a month old, it's probably acting like it's about 5 months old right now. When I got it acting like it's a year old, it's going to be just absolutely amazing, this system. We'll leave it at that for now. Approaching the 10-minute mark. The videos have been getting